You're a singer who wants to make an impact. You have a voice and you want to be heard, but your fan base doesn't seem to be growing either online or in real life at your gigs. What can you do? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how creating a solid personal brand will help you to grow your follower base of truly raving fans. Hi, I'm Fiona Flyte and welcome to my channel, the #1 place for singers looking to become profitable through a combination of mindset, marketing, and monetization. So you've heard of the phrase personal branding, but you're not sure how it directly applies to you and your music. Well, let's start with what a personal brand is. A personal brand is like a distillation of your actual essence. So if you're not intentional with your brand, then you leave it up to other people to define it for you. In other words, if you're always late for meetings, then that becomes part of your brand. If you're attracted to bright clothing colors, then that sends a message. But if your Instagram feed is full of cheerful florals and you sing hard rock, then there's a disconnect between the message you're sending to your audience around the intersection between who you are and what you sing. I'm not saying that we can't be diverse in the ways that we express ourselves, but it's definitely important to be intentional with how you present yourself. And your personal brand is part of that. If you sing country and want to attract country fans, then you probably shouldn't dress like a yuppie. Is that still a thing? Let's just say you probably shouldn't be wearing tailored suits to your gigs. This seems obvious, right? So you take it for granted that you're presenting yourself appropriately. But take another look and you may see inconsistencies. Why not choose to craft your personal brand intentionally? Well, maybe you don't want to commit yourself because you're afraid you'll get stuck in one brand that represents you now but won't represent you in the future. And you know what? That's a legitimate fear. Think Britney Spears. But it certainly doesn't have to happen. Think Madonna, the queen of both personal branding and reinventing herself. So especially if you're a younger singer, then there'll definitely come a time to revisit your personal branding. But that's the great thing about a personal brand. It will grow and evolve as you do. The key is to make these changes consciously and not leave it up to your audience to notice them for you. Now, you may have taken a branding workshop, especially if you're an actor. I have. And in those workshops, you've been encouraged to craft your brand around your essence as defined by what other people are seeing in you. I've done a number of these exercises, including asking 100 strangers at the airport what roles they thought I should play. And I learned a lot about how I was perceived and how I perceived myself. But what I'm suggesting here is that you really start to choose to define yourself. Don't leave it up to others to define you. It was amazing how just shifting my hair and makeup changed the way strangers saw me. But ultimately, it wasn't the physical change in appearance that made the difference. It was the way I felt about myself that impacted how others saw me. So how can you create a personal brand? I actually think we can learn a lot about branding from the business world. I mean, where else is branding so prevalent and effective? So I've created a brand identity worksheet modeled after a traditional business and redesigned with the performing artist in mind. We'll work through it together here, and you can download your own copy for free. There's a link in the description below. Keep in mind, the document create is for your personal use. You don't need to share any of it with anyone else, unless you feel inspired to do so. It's meant to be a personal, motivational guide that helps you to make a greater impact. Step 1, define your vision. Your vision answers the why. Why does my company, in this case, your music, personal brand, exist? In my case, my vision is to eradicate the starving artist mindset by helping singers to grow profitable singing businesses. And my singing itself exists to raise the vibration of the planet through the energy of my sound. Is this lofty? Probably, but that's okay. What matters most is that your vision speaks to you personally. Your why could be about making people happy, helping them through tough times, being the older sister you wished you'd had when you were younger. The possibilities for your vision are endless. They just need to be clear to you, so you can clearly express them through who you are and the music you make. Step 2, clarify your mission. Your mission answers the question, what does your music do? What does your company, personal brand do? My example for my coaching business is that I help singers take their power back by becoming their own bosses, diversifying their income streams, leveraging social media, and maximizing online marketing to create raving fans, earn money, and grow their thriving singing careers. And my singing serves the same mission by uplifting, inspiring, and motivating other singers to take the risk of sharing their own voices. Step 3 are your values. How do you do what you do? These words should have deep personal meaning for you. Mine are authentic, empowering, uplifting, and practical. Keep your list short. You'll find that you may be choosing a lot of words in the same family, like uplifting, positive, optimistic, and inspiring. For each family group, choose the one that feels the most personally profound. Keep your list on the smaller side so you can really remember them and refer back all the time, until they become a conscious part of how you operate in the world and the music you make to share. Remember, these values already live inside you and impact the way you live your life. All you're doing now is making the decision to embrace them consciously and refer to them frequently. Step 4 is to use a consistent tone. Are you sly and mischievous, happy and upbeat with a side of sarcasm? Like with your values, choose 3 to 5 descriptive words that are easy to remember and feel meaningful to you. These words may be similar or the same as your values, but they also may be quite different. Mine are upbeat, sincere, warm, and down to earth. Do they describe me well? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. If you're struggling with this, you can ask a close friend how you come across and then decide if her words resonate with you. And if they don't, then be clear that there's a disconnect between how you are presenting yourself and how you want to be seen. Then consciously decide to change your attitude and behavior to better represent who you truly are and want to be. Step 5 is to embrace your brand positioning. In other words, what differentiates you from other musicians in your genre? For example, maybe you're a country-loving East Coaster. For me as a coach, my niche is specifically about helping singers to become profitable. This is very different from being simply a life or business coach. Even though I do both of these things, what differentiates me is that I specialize in coaching singers. And as for the brand positioning around my singing, I've embraced my classical training while singing both opera and my first love, musical theater. And this is the position from which I've launched my channel. But like I said earlier, you don't need to be afraid of your niche changing. Just be specific to where you are now, and then allow your brand to consciously change as you do. Now, for a bonus tip, think about how you represent yourself visually. What's your color palette, and what do these colors represent? Do you want to create a logo? What will your logo say about you? Is your brand upscale, aspirational, crunchy hippie, punk? How do your colors reflect your style of music? Like with my floral-loving rock star example, there are certain colors we expect and don't expect to see associated with certain genres. This doesn't mean you can't wear pastels and sing metal. It just means that if you do, it had better be an intentional choice. Go ahead and choose 3 to 5 colors with a sentence describing how each color relates to your brand. I love the Colors website for creating and experimenting with color palettes. Have fun, be creative, and trust your visceral responses to the colors. Now, you've got everything you need to create a really compelling and deeply meaningful personal brand. And I'd love to see what you come up with, so please share links with me here or over on Instagram. And definitely download this free resource that includes all the prompts we went over today. So in this video, we talked all about personal branding, but how does your music itself fit into your branding, and how can you talk about your music in a way that consciously and intentionally reflects your brand? Well, you'll definitely want to hit the notification bell, because in my next video, we'll be exploring your exact music niche and how to create an elevator pitch specifically about your music. If you found this video useful, please go ahead and like it, subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments below. These 3 simple acts on your part will really help me to grow my channel in these early days. The YouTube algorithm pays attention to this kind of engagement, but not only this, your participation helps me to keep motivated as a creator and lets me know that I am, in fact, providing value. It's only been 3 months for me here on YouTube, but I've jumped in head first. So here are 2 more videos that may interest you. Now, as always, go out into the world and let your light shine. You deserve to be heard, and the world deserves to hear you.